Hi everybody, it's me Beth, and today I just wanted to do a quick video talking about a trope that I've been seeing come up a lot in the indie video games and stuff that I think needs to stop. Like, it needs to stop while it's ahead. And this came across when I was watching a Let's Play ending to Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, the prequel to the Hello Neighbor video game. And I'm obviously going to spoil some major plot elements for both Hello Neighbor and Hide and Seek, so be warned! Spoilers. So, the thing that I think needs to stop while it's ahead is giving the antagonists such a distinctively downer kind of background that instead of, we feel sorry, but we're also still kind of afraid of them, it's now, okay, yeah, we get it. Traumatic background. You're not that intimidating. You actually probably would have just been better off getting some therapy or something. Talk to the man with the couch and stuff. And well, the reason I say this is because Hide and Seek explains the reasonings why the neighbor kind of does the whole basement thing, locks people in the basement, tries to keep you from going into the basement. And what happens is, after the tragic loss of his wife, his son accidentally murders his sister, and the neighbor freaks out, locks him into the basement in order to protect him. And there may or may not be a thing of trying to hide him from the police and trying to hide what happened to the daughter, even though it's clear it's a populated neighborhood and it might just be me, but maybe I'd scream bloody murder if I was dropping from a height. Maybe, we don't know. The entire premise of the game is that you go in and out between these fantasy realms and fantasy worlds created by the sister as she plays hide and seek with her brother. So there's not really a clear-cut case of what is real, what isn't real. Like, we do know that she goes and dies, but there really isn't the height doesn't really make much sense. Basically, the ending it's both clear-cut and not clear-cut, which I think is the main thing. Where it's like, okay, yes, we get this is the backstory, this is why he does this, but okay, there's like 3 other different versions that this doesn't really add to the character of the neighbor. Like, okay, yes, we now understand why he tries to keep people from going into the basement, but at the same time, it's like, well, this is kind of underwhelming. And, it's really, okay. And considering that the neighbor was already kind of a recluse when his wife was gone, you'd figure there'd be some more visits from child protection services and the police, especially when he started putting up missing posters of his children. But that aside, this is also a thing that I've seen where, like, there's too much, almost a misdirection of knowledge we need to know, where we get a bunch of background information, but it has nothing really to do with what questions we need answering. Like, for example, Bandy and the Ink Machine, we get all these answers and information about what the studio was like, and, all the strange stuff going on. But it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, this is all just maybe a fantasy by crazy old man Joey. Possibly, kind of, really. Chapter 5 really shouldn't have been a chapter. Because Yeah, no. Oh, because he's made out to be this monster, this douchebag, this, horrible, vile, human being. And then it's like, oh, no, he's not that bad. He's just an old man who's sad and guilty. Maybe? Doesn't really, compared to, like, the fans' thoughts and theories about when we, like, before chapter 3 and 4, or not 3 and 4, 4 and 5 came out, we were thinking he's this suave, businessman who, the evil Walt Disney. He's smooth, he's calculated, he's cold. There's a reason why Henry left him. But we can also see why people still stayed on board until it was too late. And it's like, oh, okay, after slogging through all of this and slogging through the chapters and all the ink, it's like, oh, no, it's just pity pon old man. And with Hello Neighbor, it's like, the first game, okay, this is really intense. What could this guy be hiding? Could he be kidnapping people? Could he be summoning a demon? Could he be doing something dark and twisted? Why was he so cool with letting the kid go? And run back to his house? Why did he keep him for so long? How did he avoid the cops? And then it's like, hide and seek comes along and it's like, oh, okay, it's underwhelming. Okay. And I guess Five Nights at Freddy's kind of toys with this a little bit, but I think also kind of gets away with it because even though the argument can be made that it's all just a dream or coma dream or whatever, is that each individual game itself is kind of self-contained. Like, all together, they're puzzle pieces to the same design, but at the same time, it's also it's like, you can have pieces missing and still be like, oh, okay, this is the story. And there isn't, like, a reason why William After did this. He's just, like, we can try and guess, but there isn't really a concrete evidence. Scott hasn't come out and said, Will did this because he was not hugged enough. Or, Will did this because his kids murdered each other. Because with Five Nights at Freddy's 4, yes, there is the incident with Fredbear and the possibility of all of this, but that Will was already murdering people prior to the boys getting hurt and all that stuff going on. So, like, yes, there's a traumatic backstory, but it's not like his defining feature, I guess is what I'm trying to say. My thoughts are kind of jumbled and trying to figure out why it's bothering me so much. Another possibility is that really we need some more indie games with some positive endings and less child murder. That could be also the case. But who knows? Well, I mean, I was about to say Tattletale's a lot lighthearted, but no. There's possible child murder depending on the ending you get. And Undertale is possible? Kind of. But again, like Tattletale, kind of depends on the ending. There's child murder involved. And there was child murder involved anyways. So maybe 2019 should give us some lighthearted indie romps. Fun indie games that have good, compelling stories, but less child murder. So, ta-da! So, well, we'll have to see what 2019 brings us. thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have your own thoughts and theories and piecing together of this weird trend that I'm seeing in some indie games, or you can figure out my rambling, I'd be happy to hear it. But thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of 2018. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!